Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Edie's Attic. My name is Jenny. I am here with your Monday morning weekly energy update, what to expect for the week ahead, what's going on in your energy, and things that you need to know from Spirit. Before we get started, if you're seeing 777, like repeating sevens, a special message for you is Spirit was showing me that you need to steer away and back off of sweets, sugars, candies, cakes, pastries, pops, sodas, anything that has a lot of sugar content in it for some reason. It may be something that you want to have like checked out with your doctor, or maybe you need a blood test done, or just get like a simple wellness check done, just to make sure that everything is balanced and that you're not having anything wrong with you in regards to your sugar intake. But for some reason, Spirit really wanted me to put that out there right from the get that someone needs to lay off the sugar. The picture they were showing me was like no donuts, no cakes, like just get rid of it. Like just steer away from it. Try to eat cleaner. Find healthier alternatives right now. If you need to eat something sweet, maybe fruit, but still be careful about the amount of fruit intake you take and how much, like which ones have more sugar than others. Because like I know bananas, I think have a ton of sugar in them. For instance, they're good for you, but yet there's still a lot of sugars. So just be keep that in your mind and be cautious about the amount of sugar intake you have right now in your diet. So let's get started. Um, when I started channeling and meditating on today's message, the word that was coming through from Spirit was speculation. And the vibe I'm getting from this is that there's people that you're connected to that you may not interact with very often. They're just acquaintances, associates, or people that, like friends that maybe you have that you don't see on a regular basis, are speculating. It's like they're trying to watch you and understand you, and there's like a part of how you behave and what you do and who you say you are and how you like enter into the world that they don't believe. It's like they're sitting around waiting, and it's like they're waiting and they're watching to see your mask slip. Like this has to be a fake persona. This isn't this person. This isn't the way that I know them or remember them from before. They say they've done the work. They are behaving as if they did the work, but something's got to give. And I'm going to catch them when they slip. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like there's someone that just wants to see you. Like if you're being looked at like on a pedestal, they want to see you fall off that pedestal because you're coming in, this card, first card that came out, as very established. You are very clean around the edges. You're very much in control of your life, your job, your financial situation, your friend groups, your social groups, your, everything that you do and how you behave. You are very much like you're choosing it. You're choosing your path. You're making your decisions very carefully. You're using discernment. You are very empowered right now. And there's just something that is unsettling to certain people in your energy. Again, these are, I'm feeling, past people, perhaps friends that you don't really connect with as much anymore. You still consider them to be friends and associates, but maybe you don't interact as much as you used to with them. They're the ones that are looking at you like it's all a facade. This has to be fake. And there's something in them that's just making them want to call you out on your bluff. But we have next here, we have possibilities. You're in your own lane. You're literally not giving these people any of your attention. You may notice the scoffing or the innuendos or the light jabs, whether it be like in person when you run into them, like jokes in regards to your character. They say they're jokes, but there's a little bit of an underlying energy. You can feel it there of like animosity or sarcasm. Um, but you're totally in your own lane. You're not giving it a second thought. You might think about it for a quick second, like, oh, I cop that. I totally felt that energy. Like, I know what you're insinuating. You're like, whatever. Like, I really don't care how you think I am or what you think of me or what your perceptions are, because I am who I am. And I know that this is who I am. And there's nothing that anyone outside of me can say in regards to what they think I am that's going to change who I am. Like, it is what it is. If you knew me, or if you were around me more, or if you interacted with me more, because there's also this feeling of you disconnected from them. However, they're not making much of an effort to reconnect with you either. They're just standing on the sidelines waiting for that great fall, or whispering with other people about how you've changed. But they haven't made any attempt to try to reconnect, rekindle, and keep a line of communication open with you in order for you to even be seen as the person that you are. So, like, you're just in this mindset of it's whatever. Like, you don't even want to give me a chance. You don't want to get to know me. You don't want to be a part of my life. Why am I trying to prove myself to you? Now, on that same message, I'm also picking up from spirit not to let arrogance lead your heart right now as well, though. So, like, while you can be completely in your lane and you understand that people might be misinterpreting you and not understanding like the energy you carry and why you focus so much on getting your own personal affairs in order, and you've changed so much that you've pulled away from your group or from your family or from your coworkers, there's like a fine line where spirit just wants you to remember, stand in your power, but don't be arrogant. Always remember to keep yourself in a place of humility, be humble, walk with love, lead with love, keep your heart chakra wide open, because like there's something about like when your arrogance comes through and you start to come off as being better or acting like you're better, even if you don't intentionally mean to, that is a part of your character where they're going to come in and they're going to attack you. That is where they're going to, that's the weakness. They're right at that very fine fuzzy line between confidence and arrogance is where they might be able to attack your character. But we also have in reverse, hopeless. If in the past, I feel like these interactions, or when you would find out about certain people that perhaps you were really connected to, perhaps it was someone that you admired, you looked up to, you valued very much as a person in your life. If you would have caught wind that this person was feeling this way about you, or speaking ill will on you, or spreading small little fabricated lies about you within your community, it would have devastated you. You would have been in a spiral down. You would have been an emotional wreck. You would have been crying. You would have been disconnected and like hauled off in your room somewhere, just alone, Netflixing and chilling, and just like in your thoughts about it. You're no longer like in that energy anymore. That's a lot of healing that you have done. That takes a huge amount of work and a huge amount of healing to be able to take it at face value and understand that people are just projecting their own insecurities toward you because you're an easy target right now, because of where you sit, because of how you carry yourself, because of all the good changes that have happened in your life. It's just you're easier to kick down, if that makes any sense. So you're looking at it like, I get it. I guess if I were to put myself in their shoes, had I, going back to the way that I used to view things years ago or months ago or whatever, I may have acted the same exact way. So, yes, it's not okay and it's wrong. I understand the level of where they're looking at this from and why they're behaving the way they are. And I'm not even going to let it bother me. You're not hopeless anymore. You're not falling into a deep depression because of the way people might think of you or view you or perceive you. Because like when you start doing the healing, you start working on yourself and your elevation starts going up higher and higher, and you start viewing things from a completely different scope. You understand. They can only see it from this level. They can't see it from up here. They are seeing it from down here. They are seeing it from this very shrunken, small, like very narrow minded viewpoint. So it makes sense to you. And you're not letting it get you down. Let's see what else Spirit has to say about this. Anything else, Spirit? Glow up. You've had a glow up. You have so many opportunities and possible new career paths coming toward you at this time because of the glow up that you went through. The way that you value yourself and your own time and your own energy and the work that you put back into yourself is now showing in the way that you show up in the world. And people see that. The people that value you and see you for you are appreciating that, and you are going to be receiving a lot of opportunities, whether it's in career or new connections, friendships, but there's going to be so many new opportunities presenting themselves to you over the next several months because of the glow up that you've done. Bottom of the deck, we have healing. You've healed, you've done the work, you've put in the effort, you've turned all your energy back inwards towards yourself, and you decided to stop worrying so much about outside energies and other people's perspectives and thoughts and projections. And you blocked it all out, focused on yourself, did the healing work, glowed up. And now, because of that, you have all these new connections and opportunities coming in. We have apologies also in reverse. You're not expecting anyone to come through with an apology for you. You're just like washing your hands of it. You're like, it's whatever. I'm done with the past. I'm on to the future. You're not looking back. You're only looking forward. You're in a really, really powerful time in your life. You're in this empowered energy. It's all about mindset too. You've learned how to work with your own mind and to set your intentions. And you're much quicker now to catch yourself if you start slipping and start having negative thoughts, or you start having like negative ideas about an outcome of a situation, or you catch yourself in a cycle of thinking about something that is depressing or of low vibe nature. You're catching yourself so fast and you're correcting yourself. A lot of self correction has happened. You are probably your, we've said that you're your biggest fan, but you're also your biggest critic. And in the past, you would take those like self criticisms and you would internalize it and you would dwell on it and you would overthink about all the little things about yourself that weren't stacking up and that weren't meeting the bar. But now you're taking those criticisms in a very positive way. You acknowledge where you're falling short. And instead of sitting there and dwelling on how you're falling short, you're being proactive and you're taking those shortcomings and you're working on them. you are correcting them, and then you're moving past them. You're no longer dwelling on them. Anything else, Spirit? Consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals. Let me pull one or two more before I paranoid. Paranoid. I think you need to be more mindful about some of the moves you're making. We're going to go back to the arrogance when we talked about being arrogant earlier. So I feel like this is more for the feminines in this reading. Or if you carry a feminine energy, like if you lean more towards your feminine energies. I feel like because you are in this energy of confidence and you had a glow up and you're really moving in an empowered fashion and you're really trying to put yourself out there, whether it be for networking or trying to connect and make new friends, or if you're really trying to like get yourself like a promotion or get into a different business path. Be careful right now, because there's something about using discernment in regards to the connections that you're making, and not, I don't want to we're no longer dwelling on those things anymore. So I just got out 3 cards. We have consequences, paranoid, and masculine energy. There's a masculine energy that is around you. This could be a boyfriend, a connection, a husband. There's some kind of masculine energy that's attached to you that is giving off like these vibes of insecurity right now. You may have sensed it because of the way that you are, because of how confident you are. Be very careful right now when you are connected to this person, because there's something it says here: bad choices, games, mixed signals. I'm just getting this feeling that this masculine doesn't like your glow up. Or maybe he does like your glow up, but it causes a huge level of paranoia and insecurity in him. Because he doesn't like the way that other people are starting to see you. And it's not about you having taken the steps and healing and becoming better. He loves all that. But now it's this whole new energy of all these people watching, all these people seeing you in this new light. You stepping out into the world with so much high energy and vibrancy and beauty that in the back of his mind, he has this like underlying fear that maybe he's not good enough anymore for you. When Divine Feminine goes out there and starts making these connections or gets that job or, meets these people, what does that mean for me? Where does that put me? How do I fit into Divine Feminine's life now? Does that mean I have to do the work too? It's like, so ironically, I think that the card about, or the message I got earlier, the channeled message with arrogance, will play into this part of your life right now, because you want to be confident and you want to stay in that empowered energy. But when it comes to this masculine that's in your life, Spirit just wants you to show them love, support, and grace. This is where you need to be softer. You don't need to dim your light for this person, but be sensitive to their insecurities. Even if they don't say it out loud and they don't speak of it, again, you're going to sense it. You know your person better than anyone. Something's off. You're going to be able to feel that there's something a little bit off with them right now. Maybe the way that I'm behaving or the way that, I approach them is making them act a certain way. There's something about Spirit wanting you to be more gentle with this person and not coddling. You don't need to coddle them. Again, you don't need to dim your light, but don't be arrogant in this person's presence. Don't use your new connections or your new opportunities or the fact that I could do this instead of this, where it's going to trigger them and make them feel even more paranoid about your moves and your behavior. Because there's something about this person has healing that they yet have to do. I feel like your energy alone around them is that spark that's going to keep them going and keep them healing and working on themselves. But if you push it too much and you take like a different route and you're extreme with it and you're arrogant about it and you push this in your masculine's face, it's saying consequences. You're going to end up opening some kind of karmic cycle with this person of, the word I'm seeing is tit for tat, one-upping each other. He's going to start acting in a way to compete with you. It's going to become a competition. It's going to become a lot of game playing. So be very careful. And I hate saying this because I don't like when people say that feminines have to act a certain way or dress a certain way in order to be a part of society, or else they're drawing in certain things towards them. I've never been a fan of that. But in this particular situation, it's not necessarily even saying that. It's being mindful and being sensitive towards your person and their insecurities right now. Knowing that your glow up and success is slightly a trigger for them. And they're working through it and they don't know how to handle it yet. It's new for them. For some of you, for some, not all, but I just got for some of you, this person may also be included in the group of people that are speculating, that are projecting a lot of speculation toward you. Not all of you, but this person may also be wondering what gives. This has to be an act. They're going through a phase. They're going through a midlife crisis. If I'm patient, maybe my person will be normal again. They'll regress. But that's not for all of you. But if that is resonating with you, Spirit's leading me to tell you that this person may not be for you anymore, especially if they're plotting and planning and finding enjoyment on your downfall. But for majority of the collective here, if that doesn't resonate, this is just someone that loves you deeply. You probably have been with them for a very long time. If you have been with your person for a long time and you're sensing some insecurities or a little bit of competition, it's because of your glow up and their inability to be comfortable with it and not knowing how to be a part of your life now that you have changed so much, they're saying just support him, love him, remind him of how special he is to you, and that no matter what, glow up or and everything else, like you're still there for him at the end of the day. Like he's your person. And just give him encouragement and support. In reverse, we have recharge. I feel like you've been really low energy lately. You've been sleeping a lot, or your sleep patterns have been interrupted, and you feel like that you're not getting enough rest right now. I feel like you're holding a lot of tension in your shoulders, in like your rib area. You might be feeling a lot of achiness in your wrists as well. Arthritis might be kicking up a lot. There's like an uncomfortable feeling in your body, a lot of tension that feels like it needs to be released because you're not taking the time for yourself and you're not breathing through it and you're not giving yourself the space and the time you need to work through certain emotions that are coming up. But something tells me that you're about to. With the Epiphany card, I feel like you've been sitting here for a minute and you've noticed a lot of old emotions coming to the surface and you've been trying to deal with them, but the arrogance comes out again because you feel like you've been in this healing mode and I've come so far and I've glowed up and I know how to do things a certain way where it's not going to affect my mind space and I take things in differently, right? That you're not even giving certain emotions the time that they need to understand them. You're just fluffing them off because you're like, it's not going to bother me. I'm not going to let it get in my head. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to worry about it because if I worry about it, then I'm going to become low vibe and I'm not going, The epiphany is you're realizing that there are emotions that are coming out that you have to face, just like you did before. And it's okay. You need to deal with them as they come, or they're going to sit in your body and cause you stress. You can tell yourself all day, I'm healed, I'm good, I'm high vibe, I'm doing the work. But if you're not actually doing the work, it's just sitting in your body causing the stress. You can feel it, it's building up. You need to face these emotions and these situations, these interactions with other people, and you need to work it out. You need to deal with it, face it head on. So you can clear that energy, that negative, tense, chaotic energy out of your body and recharge. Not facing certain situations or emotions is going to cause you to feel very stressed, tense, achy, depressed, low vibe, and low energy. So, Spirit's saying you have to take the time to continuously do the work as it comes in. You may not be having as many situations occurring in your life anymore because of the work and because of how you have flipped like the wheel of karma and you're getting back a lot more positive in your life because of all the positivity that you put out. But when things do come along your way, don't run from it. Don't try to hide it and pretend that it doesn't exist because you're afraid that it's going to set you back from the work that you've achieved so far. You have to continuously do the work as the stuff comes in. It's just like with like a job or anything. Like if you work in like an office setting and you have a pile of papers that you have to get through and you worked effortlessly to clip down this entire pile of paperwork So now you have nothing and you're like, yes, I'm free. I have no work. This is the best ever. And then like a few folders pile on your desk and you're like, it's good. I don't need to do it. I'm free. I have like a huge pile and it's all gone. And then a few more folders pile up. And then you're like, in the back of your mind, you're like, but I did so much work. I mean, I did do like 500 folders last week. What's 7 folders? And then you go home. And then you're like, but I really should do those 7 folders because they might be important. Someone's livelihood is in one of those folders, and I'm just letting it sit there. And then you go to bed, you're like, man, I really wish I would have done those folders last night before I came home from work. Now it's bothering me. Now I got to go in the morning and work on them, and it starts eating away at you because you know you should have done it, but you didn't. That's kind of like the analogy I'm getting here with in regards to you and the things that are coming out and the emotions that are being exposed. All because you did so much work before and you clipped away at so much doesn't mean that these few little things that just recently came out doesn't deserve your attention. It does. It absolutely, positively does. All right, let's do one more and then we're going to wrap up. Anything else, Spirit? We got 3 cards. It says drowning, over your head, overextended, rock bottom. But in reverse, we have exhausted and burned bridges in reverse. I feel like this is like spirit showing me. I feel like spirit showing me how you're feeling versus the reality. Like right now, you feel like these emotions and these things that you've been tabling and certain situations in your life that you're dealing with, it feels like you're drowning. It feels like you don't know how to come up for air. I'm feeling like there's a lot of overwhelm. And most of it is all in your mind because there's something about the things that you need to do isn't nearly as exhausting as how you're playing it out in your mind right now. You're spending more time and energy thinking about this than actually doing this. And they're showing me that by taking care of business, getting your ducks in a row, and just biting the bullet and doing what you need to do right now and taking care of your jobs and your tasks and the little things that you keep putting off is going to cause you to feel this release and this uptick in your energy. Once it's done, it's now finally out of your system, it's off your mind, the energy is expelled, you can finally relax, and you're going to feel like this surge of energy. It's going to feel great. Stop getting in your own mind and telling yourself that you can't do it. It's too much. I can't handle it. You can handle it. You choose not to. You're choosing to look the other way. You're choosing that I've come too far and I've done so much work that I just don't see why I need to do any more work. But in actuality, you do. You have to do the work as it comes in. You have to keep doing the work, or you're going to feel like this. You're going to feel like you're drowning. You're going to be stuck in your mind space, and you're going to be in this toxic thinking and these toxic thoughts of, what am I going to get done? No, I don't need to get it done. You're going back and forth about something. It's taking up way too much of your energy. Things are going to start balancing back out again for you after you take care of this situation. It is what it is. You need to make that your number one focus this week so that way you can be done with it already. So that is your message for the week ahead. Yeah, that's about it. I hope it helped. I hope it did resonate with someone. I know there's a lot of different things that we talked about here. So, not everything has to be for your situation, but I'm hoping that parts of it did make sense and resonated. If it did, please like and comment. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Also, I am on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, and I do have a Facebook group under the name of Ease Attic. It is private. I keep my groups private for a reason. Um, I've noticed with other groups on Facebook that when they have so many people come into the group, a lot of times there's bots or trolls or scammers, and they start like overly posting and trying to like trick patrons of that page to like pay them money or get scammed, and I don't want anyone to get scammed. So as far as Facebook goes, I'd rather have a smaller group and no scamming than hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people and potentially people be victims of a scam. So if you do go find my Facebook group, you do have to answer questions, and I will look through those and I will add you to the group. But yeah, go find my other platforms, and thank you so much. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.